Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Dirt Show.
Any president ever.
Oh, really? Brett's
now
teeth
lives
are
in states
disgusting.
with a misleading claim.
Trump doesn't lie.
An average of 21
You
a day.
lie.
I'm halfway to 10.
Oh my
If
God,
you think
imagine
I'm
being that
missing
human.
some accused of sexual assault by multiple women, according to
You
the
lie.
Washington Post fact
Trump
check.
said you
Number
lie.
71.
This is a video by Robert Reich. 10 worst things about the Trump presidency.
Donald Trump left office with the lowest approval rating of any president ever.
Oh, really?
But some people now seem to be suffering from amnesia. Let me jog your memory. Here are the 10 worst things about the Trump presidency, in no particular order. Number 1, Trump fueled division and sparked a record uptick in hate crimes. Number 2, murder went way up under Trump. He presided
Freedom,
over
baby.
the largest ever single-year increase in homicides in 2020. Now, a number of factors might have contributed to that, but a big one is number 3. Gun sales broke records under Trump, who has bragged about how he did nothing.
We did nothing
To restrict guns as president, in spite of, number 4, under Trump, America suffered more than 1,700 mass shootings. Number 5, Trump said...
You want to know what I think about guns? Yeah. How about you do? The thing about guns is everybody should have a gun.
There were
very fine people.
among the neo-Nazis in Charlottesville.
Jews will not replace us!
I'm halfway to 10.
Oh my
If
God,
you think
imagine
I'm
being that
missing
human.
something big, well, just leave it in the comments. Number 6, Trump allied himself with the Proud Boys, a violent hate group who helped orchestrate the January 6th Capitol attack.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Stand by.
Number 7, Trump's
wait
not
for my
wrong when he says
I got
direction.
rid of Roe v. Wade.
it's entirely because of Trump's judicial appointments that 1 in 3
Look at that guy's
American
teeth.
women of childbearing age
Brett's
now
teeth
lives
are
in states
disgusting.
with abortion bans. Number 8, one of
I don't wanna
Trump's
get petty.
Supreme Court justices was Brett Kavanaugh, a man accused of sexual assault by multiple women. Number 9, Trump's White House interfered in the FBI's
He's just
investigation
accused. Anyone can
of Brett
accuse.
Kavanaugh's alleged sexual assaults. And now, number 10. Trump has been convicted of committing 34 felonies while in office. The criminally false business filings he got convicted for in New York, all of them were committed while he was president. I'm sorry.
Oh, was it
Did I
official
say the
business,
10 worst
though?
things about the Trump presidency? No, I meant 15. Number
15?
11, Trump's failed
Ooh.
pandemic response is estimated to have led to hundreds of thousands of needless deaths. By the time Trump left office, roughly 3,000 Americans were dying of COVID every day. That's a 9/11 scale mass casualty event every single day. How did Trump screw up so badly? Number 12, Trump's White House discarded the pandemic response playbook that had been assembled by the Obama administration. Number 13.
Well, we have no way
Trump
of knowing that
disbanded
was going to
the
be
National Security
worse or
Council's
better than
pandemic
what Trump did.
response team.
You know,
Number
Trump's out here
14,
winging it.
Trump
Sometimes it
repeatedly
works, sometimes it
lied
doesn't.
About the danger
It's just
of
the way it
COVID,
goes.
saying it was no worse than the flu, or it would go away on its own.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
But behind closed doors, Trump admitted he knew COVID was deadly.
This is deadly stuff.
Number 15.
Yeah, well, he'll always play
Trump
both
promoted
sides.
fake COVID cures like hydroxychloroquine and even injecting people with disinfectants.
Injection inside or
Oh, man.
almost a cleaning.
This is
After
your leader.
Trump's
Listen to him.
disinfectant
If
remarks,
you want this man
poison
as your
control
leader, make
centers
sure you
received a
listen to him.
spike in emergency calls.
Good for you.
That's 15 things. Should I keep going? Okay.
Well, you
I'll
said
keep going.
10.
The 20 worst things about the Trump presidency.
20?
Number 16. Trump presided over a net loss of 2.9 million American jobs, the worst recorded jobs numbers of any president in U.S. history. Number 17.
Debatable.
Trump profited off the presidency, making an estimated $160 million from foreign countries while he was president.
Really?
Number 18. Trump also billed the Secret Service over $1 million for the privilege of staying at his golf clubs and other Trump properties while they protected him. That's your money. Number 19. Trump caused the longest government shutdown in U.S. history when he didn't get funding for his border wall, which he said Mexico was going to pay for.
I'm not going to pay for that wall.
Number 20. Under Trump, the national
not
debt
paying. He's not
increased
paying.
by about 40%, more than in any other four-year presidential term, largely because of his tax cuts for the rich and big corporations. You didn't really think I was
Did you catch that?
20, did you?
Let's watch that again.
Under Trump, the national debt increased by about 40%, more than in any other four-year presidential term, largely because of his tax cuts for the rich and big corporations. You didn't really.
So we went into debt. We increased our debt so that we could give tax breaks to rich companies. I'm sure they made a lot of jobs, though. I'm sure they created a lot of jobs, even though isn't the American economy built on like 60 to 70% of small business, not big corporations? But he's got buddies and he's got to take care of them.
Really think I was stopping at 20, did you?
No, I didn't.
We're
I think you were going to go a lot higher than that.
Number 21. Trump separated more than 5,000 children from their parents at the border with no plan to ever reunite them, putting babies in cages. Number 22. The Muslim ban. Yes, Trump really did try to ban Muslims from entering the country. Number 23, Trump sparked international outrage by moving the American embassy in Israel to Jerusalem while closing the U.S. Palestine office. Number 24, Trump tasked his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, with drafting a potential Middle East peace plan with zero
Weren't they calling him Slender
Palestinian
Man?
input. Number 25, and finally, Trump recognized
People are
Israel's
so
occupation
mean.
of the Golan Heights, which is considered illegal under international law. So, there you have it, folks. The 25 worst... Wait a minute. Did I mention the impeachments? We've got to do the impeachments.
Yeah, let's do
let's
those.
go
Let's
to
do
30.
those.
Number 26, Trump broke the law by trying to withhold nearly $400 million of U.S. aid for Ukraine in an effort to extort a personal political favor from Ukraine's President Zelensky. Trump wanted Zelensky to interfere in the 2020 election by announcing an investigation into the Bidens. Delaying this aid to Ukraine weakened Ukraine and strengthened Russia. Number 27, Trump personally attacked and ruined the careers of everyone who stood in the way of his illegal Ukraine scheme, including Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch and Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. Number 28, to cover up the scheme, Trump ordered the White House and State Department to defy congressional subpoenas.
We're fighting all the subpoenas.
Number 29. For these reasons,
You don't have
on
to go.
December 18th, 2019, Trump became the third U.S. president to be impeached. He was charged with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Number 30. Even while he was being investigated for trying to get Ukraine to interfere in the U.S. election, Trump publicly called for China to interfere in the election.
China should start an investigation into the Bidens.
So,
Well, they should. What? I'm
Those
just
are the
saying they
30
should. They should probably just investigate him. I don't want to have anything to do with it, but I'm just saying maybe they should.
okay, I'll go to 35. Number 31. Long before Election Day, Trump
What?
started making false
What did I
claims
say?
that the election would be rigged.
It will be a rigged election.
Number 32.
And you know
after
what?
losing,
It was.
Trump falsely claimed the
It
election
was
stolen,
rigged.
even though
How did
his
he
own
know?
inner circle, including his campaign manager, White House lawyers, and his own Justice Department and Attorney General told him it was not.
The claims of fraud were bullshit.
Number 33.
The claims of fraud
Trump
were bullshit.
kept
You were
telling
bought and
his
paid
big
for.
lie, even after more than 60 legal challenges to the election were struck down in court, many by Trump-appointed judges. Number 34. Trump ordered the Department
No
of
loyalty.
Justice to falsely claim that the election was corrupt. Number 35. Trump and his allies used threats to pressure state leaders in Arizona and Georgia to falsify the election results. We may go to 40. Is that okay? 40? Number 36.
Keep 'em coming,
of
buddy.
The previous schemes worked, Trump and his allies produced fake
Remind us what
electoral
you
votes
think
passed
happened.
by fake electors in multiple swing states.
We're electors, sir.
I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah, the electors are already here. They've been checked in.
Trump's former
Oh.
White House chief of staff and Rudy Giuliani
No, we're the electors.
are among the
No,
many members of
because
his inner circle
Donald
who
Trump
have been
hired me. I
criminally
mean,
indicted
I don't
for
know. I'm
this
just the elector.
scheme.
I've always been.
Number 37. Trump tried
Don't you
to
remember me?
bully Vice President Pence into obstructing the certification of the election.
If Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election.
Yeah, if he
Number
just
38,
does the right
Trump
thing,
invited a mob
Trump wins.
to the Capitol
All those
on
votes,
January 6th.
that's
with
a
his
show.
quote, "Be there."
all we know is
will
Mike
be
Pence could just
wild
do the
tweets.
right thing.
Number 39.
The
Sworn
guy's a
testimony alleges that
frickin'
when
maniac.
Trump was warned that members of
How
the
are you guys
crowd
not losing
were
your
carrying
minds?
deadly weapons.
Well, we kind
he
of like
ordered
Putin,
security
you know.
metal
We like that,
detectors
so
to be taken
that's
down.
sort of that
Number 40.
dictator thing. Because
Knowing
then it's
the
just
crowd
better
had
for
deadly
everybody. It's just
weapons,
better, you know.
he
Things
ordered
get
them to
done.
go to the Capitol and
Fight like hell.
Number 41. Yes, I know. Bear with me. I've got to go on. Trump betrayed his oath to defend the nation by doing nothing to stop the January 6th violence. Instead, according to
Let me just say, okay, a lot of the Trump supporters are saying, from what I've heard from people that I've talked to, let me go over here, is that they're saying the January, that was peaceful. That was peaceful. They were let in. The cops let them in. The cops were in that video clearly stopping you from coming in. Yet you were... I saw a hockey stick being just swung at cops' heads right there. And you guys are going to say, it was peaceful. It's peaceful. And then they just kind of let us in. And then now we're in trouble? What? No, I think after everything fell apart and they knew they couldn't hold you back, then some of the people got in peacefully. But before that, I think 140 cops were injured. One guy went home and after the ordeal had a stroke, I think it was, or a heart attack. So a cop died. How is that peaceful? I saw the footage of it. Stop saying it was peaceful.
witness testimony, he sat and watched TV for hours. Number 42.
Yeah, he liked
On
it. He was
January
loving
13th,
it. He was laughing the whole time.
Trump became the only president ever
Look at what
to
I
be
did.
impeached
Look at what I did.
twice.
Look
This
at what
time,
I
he was
did.
charged with
Oh, look at
incitement
what I
of
did.
insurrection. It was a
They love
bipartisan
me.
vote.
They love
Number
me.
43. The majority of senators, 57 out of 100, voted to convict Trump, including 7 Republican senators. So that's the 2 impeachments and the big lie. But wait. We haven't dealt with Russia, right? We're going to 50, all right? We're going to 50.
Oh, here we go about
Number
Russia.
44. Trump publicly sided with Putin over the U.S. intelligence community in denying Russia's interference in the 2016 election. Number 45. In a likely obstruction of justice, Trump pressured then FBI Director James Comey to stop the
Putin
FBI's
said he didn't do
investigation
it.
into Trump's national security advisor, Michael
I believe
Flynn.
him.
This was documented in the Mueller
Don't look
report.
at that.
Number 46. When Comey didn't bend to Trump's will, Trump fired him. Number 47.
Well,
Trump's
Trump's in
to
charge.
shut
You gotta
down
listen to
the
him.
Mueller investigation by ordering White House counsel Don McGahn to fire Mueller. McGahn refused because that would be criminal obstruction of justice. Number 48. Trump ordered his staff
See,
not
Trump
to
will
turn over
always.
emails showing Don Jr.
Let's just talk about this. Trump in those 2 situations. I actually don't know that much about it, but if from what I do know and from what I've seen and how the pieces have fallen, he will be in charge until they do something illegal and they get in trouble, and then they're doing things. I don't know, why did they do that? That's against the law. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks for them. I mean, yeah, it could have benefited me if they would have done this, but wow, yeah, I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I think he just plays dumb. That's his biggest superpower. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm the best at everything, and I know everything, and I know this, and I know that, and I know the ins and outs of this stuff. But I didn't know about that. I didn't know anything about that. Yeah, he will always He will always let someone else take the fall.
Had set up a meeting at Trump Tower before the 2016 election with representatives of the Russian government. Number 49, Trump convinced Michael Cohen to lie to Congress about Trump's plans to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. And Cohen served prison time for lying to Congress. Number 50.
Another guy takes
Trump
the fall.
was not charged for criminal obstruction of justice because it's the Justice Department's policy not to indict a sitting president. But more than 1,000 former federal prosecutors who
1,000.
served under both Republicans and Democrats signed a letter declaring there was more than enough evidence to prosecute Trump.
Well, luckily he was in office.
So those are the
Good thing we have those
50 worst
policies.
things about the Trump presidency. Now, I could go on,
Why?
and I will. The 75 worst things about the Trump presidency. Number 51. Trump
Holy
said
moly.
he'd
My
hire
family's
only
coming
the best
down.
people.
The best people. The best people in the world.
But his campaign chair was convinced.
All right, sorry about that. My family just came in here. Then I stopped and made some more coffee. Okay. Anyway. Let's keep it going.
Convicted of multiple crimes. So was one
All these
of his
criminals
closest
surrounding Trump.
associates. His deputy campaign chair pleaded guilty to crimes. So did his personal lawyer, his national security advisor, the chief financial officer of his business campaign, a campaign foreign
Interesting.
policy advisor,
A lot of
and
criminals
one of his
around
campaign
him.
fundraisers. They all committed crimes, and Trump pardoned most of them.
Oh.
Number 52.
Oh, well, then they didn't
Trump
do anything.
said he
Drained the swamp in Washington, D.C.
But he appointed more billionaires, CEOs, and Wall Street moguls to his administration than any administration in history.
Billionaires are smart.
Number 53, Trump intervened to get his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, top-secret clearance after he was denied over concerns about foreign influence. Number 54, Trump hosted a Russian foreign minister in the Oval Office where Trump revealed top-secret intelligence. Oh, and Trump's economic policies. Number 55, Trump promised that the average American family would see a $4,000 pay raise because of his tax cuts for the wealthy and big corporations. Well, how did that work out? Did you get a $4,000 raise? Of course not. Nobody did. Number 56, Trump
I
vowed
made
to
more
protect
money
American
by
jobs.
myself.
But offshoring increased and manufacturing fell. Number 57, Trump said he would fix America's infrastructure, but it never happened. He announced so many failed infrastructure weeks, they became a running joke.
Since it's infrastructure week.
Is it infrastructure?
Number 58, Trump said he would be the voice of American workers.
I am your voice.
But he filled the National Labor Relations Board with anti-union flacks who made it harder for workers to unionize. Number 59, Trump's Labor Department made it easier for bosses to get out of paying workers overtime, which cheated 8 million workers of extra pay. Number 60, Trump had more than 2 terms in violation of the Constitution and continues to do so.
We may have to go for an extra term.
Number 61, Trump called Haiti and African nations shithole countries. Number 62, Trump tried to terminate DACA, which protects immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. Luckily, this was struck down by the courts. Number 63, Trump called climate change a hoax. Number 64, Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Number 65, Trump rolled back more than 100 environmental protections. Number 66,
Environment
every budget Trump proposed included
schmeimerment.
cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Number 67, Trump tried and failed.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys hear that?
64, Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement.
Let's listen to that again. I was talking.
Number 65, Trump rolled back more than 100 environmental protections. Number 66, every budget Trump proposed included cuts to Social Security and Medicare.
Every budget.
Number 67, Trump tried and failed to repeal the Affordable Care Act,
Yeah, he failed.
which would have resulted in 20 million Americans losing insurance.
Yeah. When you're self-employed,
the ACA's
it's nice to have.
For the roughly 130 million people with pre-existing conditions could have driven up their insurance premiums or led to a loss of coverage. Number 68, Trump made it easier for employers to remove birth control coverage from insurance plans. Number 69, by the end of Trump's term, the number of people lacking health insurance had risen by 3 million.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
Number 70, Trump lied constantly. He made 30,573 false or misleading claims.
Trump doesn't lie.
An average of 21
You
a day,
lie.
according to
You
the Washington
lie.
Post fact
Trump
check.
said you
Number
lie.
71,
Therefore,
Trump
you're
allegedly
lying,
took
not Trump.
hundreds of classified documents
Checks
on his
out.
way out of the White House, reportedly including nuclear secrets, which he then left unsecured in various. He was even caught on tape showing them off to people.
Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers, except it is like highly confidential. Secret. Look at this. It says President, I could have did less. Now I can't.
Number 72, Trump seriously discussed the idea of nuking a hurricane. Number 73, when Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, Trump delayed $20 billion of aid and allowed Puerto Rico to be without power for 181 days.
Did you hear that? No power for 181 days. No power. And he just didn't want to give them the money. Are they even part of America? What? Oh, that sucks. I mean, why did they build there? There's freaking hurricanes there? Why don't they just build somewhere else? Why don't they just leave? 181 days. Well, that's not his fault. There was a hurricane. What can he do? Well, he could give them the aid that they need so they can fix all the problems. Yeah, imagine not having power for that long.
Number 74,
Anyway.
Trump suggested withholding federal aid for California wildfire recovery and said the solution was to clean the floors of the forest.
Got to take care of the floors.
Trump always knows best.
Number 75, Trump pulled out of the Iran deal, placing Iran on a path to developing nuclear weapons. Honestly, there's so much more, from exchanging love letters with North Korea's brutal dictator.
We fell in love.
To publicly denigrating a Gold Star military widow and making her cry, to the way he attacked journalists, to late-night tweet binges. Look, I can understand why a lot of people want to block all of this out of their memories, but we cannot afford to forget just how terrible Trump's time
I'm an independent, by the way, so still on the fence.
And we sure as hell can't afford
sure who I'm gonna
to
vote for.
put him back there.
Yeah, kind of scary.